But one thing that Kenyans have been guaranteed under the Constitution, whether it's practiced or not, is that there will be the honoring of human rights. From your perspective, what exactly does that mean?
Well, human rights mean and have always meant one thing, that there are certain entitlements we enjoy by virtue of just being human. And in the case of Kenya, we have codified those entitlements in a whole chapter, chapter 4 of the Bill of Rights, that gives Kenyans certain minimum guarantees of entitlements that they should enjoy just by virtue of being human beings. Actually, I was mulling on that question while I was driving here this morning. Say, if human beings were conditioned, because we are born with those conditions, we start carrying those human rights. Before we were born into this world with those human rights. And when we're in this world, we live those human rights. So human rights, like you rightly say, though sometimes they're not practiced, they're not observed, but they don't go away. They are our inherent entitlements. And in the case of Kenya, they have been codified in Chapter 4 of the Constitution. And just in the context of what we are talking about today, in the context of memorializing the Gen Zs, I've had some leaders try to invoke some decrees that come from a position whereby they think they have the ability and the powers to take away human rights. But again, like I said, human rights are those entitlements that we've given ourselves. And in this country, we've said, especially under Article 19, sub-Article 3 of the Constitution, we enjoy those rights, not because the state gives those rights to us, but we enjoy them because we're entitled to those rights. So, as an initial remark, let me just say human rights, whether the state observes them or not, remain. And when they are violated, then we, the people, are the defenders of that space, come in to ensure that they are actually restored.
But aren't they not actually activated when they are respected and observed? Is that not now when we say these rights can be activated? Because, I mean, I could have a mug, but unless I do something with it, then it's useless. We can talk about them being there, that whether you respect them or not, they don't disappear. That's understood. But look at what we're looking at now. 65 people, we're commemorating their death. Another 27 the year after, commemorating their death. We're not even counting the number of people who are missing, who went missing under the promise that these things would come to an end. So can you really say you have human rights if you are observing human rights, if you've not activated the position under which then they can actually be observed?
Of course, you're absolutely right. You can't say you have human rights if you can't enjoy them, because then they just become a declaration of intent. But human rights should be our lived realities. And you're taking me into Human Rights 101. When you're talking about Human Rights 101, we have two sets of people. We have those ones whose duty and responsibility is to ensure that they protect human rights, they fulfill human rights, they promote human rights. Those are the duty bearers, the state officers, the police, the people in positions of power. We call those ones the duty bearers. They have a responsibility to respect human rights, a responsibility to fulfill human rights, and also a responsibility to promote human rights. And then on the other side, we have what we're calling the rights holders. The rights holders must be facilitated by the duty bearers to enjoy their rights. So you're absolutely right. In a situation whereby, like I said earlier, those ones in positions of power are not making concrete steps to ensure that there is realization of rights in terms of their fulfillment, their protection, and their promotion, then those rights just remain declaratory statements on paper. But again, back to Article 19 of our Constitution, the state officers and everybody is mandated when they're doing their development and planning to do that from a human rights perspective. And I'm saying this because we're in this era whereby we've had some leaders tell Kenyans, well, don't make noise. It's almost like we're going back to the independence days where the dictum was, hey, silence, development in progress. We know what is good for you. We're going to tell you how to behave. Well, our constitution decrees that we cannot have development outside the framework of human rights. So again, for me, when I see leaders saying focusing more on economic development, I think it should come as a total package, because economic development